Hi, it's MindBite Thursday. This is Campbell Such, and today I want to talk a little about email etiquette. We're all deluged with email every day, this huge avalanche of email that comes down on top of us. If you've ever done any skiing or been up in the mountains, and if they tell you if you've been hit by an avalanche that the thing you need to do is to keep swimming until the avalanche stops, well, with an avalanche of email, it never stops. Even if you don't need to respond to a particular email, such as when you're CC'd, you still need to identify what the email's about, make a decision what you're going to do with it, then either move it to a folder or delete it, so it all takes time. Here's some ideas and suggestions on how to maximize the value of email and to minimize the frustration and the amount of time that you need to spend on it. Note that your email is a reflection of you, and every email you send either adds to or reduces from that reflection. Right, so let's kick into the list. So first up, keep emails as brief as possible. Consider one idea, request or topic per email to minimize the chance that a key point or a key part of your information or a key request doesn't get lost in the mass of all of the other points from that email. Sometimes a conversation is better. If you have any sense of escalating tension in an email, if there's things starting to go wrong, best to take it offline and pick up the phone and call them, or even better if they're close or in an office near you or in the same office, then walk around and have a conversation with them. It's far easier to misunderstand and misinterpret an email, and we tend to have or take a negative tone from an email even when there's none intended, because of the fact that all of the other cues around that textual information are missing. The third one is that if you're angry or upset, take great care. I'd encourage you to write the email but not send it. Consider leaving the to field empty so you can't accidentally send it, hit send and accidentally send it to the person. A bit later, when you've cooled down, come back and reread the email again, tweak it and make sure that it does truly represent what you want to say, and it takes the heat and the fire out of it. And then consider who you actually want to send it to, or if you even want to send it at all. Subject lines. It's critical to get the subject line right. It needs to match the body of the email. Make it clear, relevant and brief. It's not the place to try and put the message of your email into. So number 5, make it clear what you want the recipient to do. Ideally as early as possible in the email. If you need to write a detailed email, then consider breaking it up into 2 sections. A summary section at the start with 1 to 2 paragraphs where you can cover off the key points and what you want them to do, and then details section which you can headline details, and put that as the second part of the email, and if they want to refer to more information they can look at the detailed section, but the summary information is all at the top and they can quickly scan it. High importance. Only use it when you truly need it, which is almost never. If you continually send emails with high importance, what happens is over time the value of those is reduced in the eyes and perception of the people that are receiving it from you, and when you do truly have one that needs to stand out, it'll be difficult to get it to be separated from all of the other stuff that you've sent them, and for them to take note of it. Also minimize the use of exclamation marks for the same reasons. Reply all. Use reply all sparingly. Just because the email trail has used reply all the way through up until this point doesn't mean that you need to use it going forward. To minimize sending people unnecessary email, I suggest you ask yourself the question, who really needs to see this email, and then just include those people on it. And if you're upset or angry or frustrated, take great care with hitting reply all, and use the suggestions from earlier around how you might manage that with going back and revisiting it and not putting anyone in the to start with. CC or carbon copy. Don't expect anyone you send a CC to read it. It's only there for future reference. Conversely, if you do need them to do something, then put them in the to and tell them what it is clearly that you need them to do. BCC or blind carbon copy. The other recipients don't see that the person that you've BCC'd has been sent the email. The person that's been sent the BCC, or the people that have been sent the BCC, get to see all of the people that have been CC'd on the message, but not anyone else that's been BCC'd. And be very careful when you do a reply to an email that you've been BCC'd on. If you hit reply all of the people that have been CC'd on that email will be able to tell that you've been BCC'd or blind carbon copied on it, and that may not be what you want or may not be appropriate. Forwarding. Be very careful when you forward an email. Make sure that you read the full email trail all the way to the bottom. You may need to edit it or take out certain information. You don't want to be sending personal, confidential or sensitive information to other parties, especially if it's an external party where it can be incredibly embarrassing or commercially a real problem for your business. So just be careful when you're forwarding. And lastly, spell check. Make sure you spell check every email that goes out. It may not pick up everything, but grammar and spelling should pick up most of them, and it'll make any errors in there disappear, and it'll look far more professional. Suggest that you turn on automated spell check for everything that goes out. So that's my suggestions for email etiquette and use. It's a list of 11 ideas. If you'd like the full list, in the comments below type template and I'll send you the full list. So that's Mind Bite Thursday for this week. 11 ideas around email etiquette and how best to manage email to make sure that you appear professional, that you communicate clearly, that you get the information across that you want to. Have a fantastic week. Look forward to seeing you next week. That's Campbell Such, Mind Bite Thursday, over and out. See ya. Bye.